We go through life doing our best to reach our dreams and our goals. We think that once we've achieved success, we'll finally be happy and at peace with the world. This may be true. However, the simple fact is that not everyone's going to end up successful. Only a small minority will reach the pinnacle of wealth and power. Most of us are going to get stuck living mediocre lives. So the question is, does that mean only a small percentage of people are going to live happy lives? Are the rich, powerful, and successful the only ones with the right to be happy? The answer is, fortunately, no. You need neither money nor power to have a happy and fulfilling life. After all, happiness is a state of mind. You can have all the money in the world and still be unhappy. On the other side of the coin, you can have no worldly possessions but still live a very happy life. In this in-depth guide on happiness, you're going to learn that your happiness isn't dependent on money, career, or status in life. It starts with you. The most simple things can bring the most happiness. Isabella Scorupco. We all have different definitions of happiness. What might make you happy may not be a source of happiness for other people. What others call their source of joy and fulfillment may be a source of disdain for you. For instance, many may say their happiness comes from their families and their good health. For others, it might be their jobs and their careers. For some, it's their wealth and their social standing in the community. For more than a few people, tasty food and drinks light them up like no other. And the list goes on. With that said, researchers have long debated on a single definition of happiness. This is because there are far too many factors that affect and contribute to a person's happiness. The consensus, however, is that happiness is the state of being happy. I know this definition still seems a bit vague, but the point is that happiness is a mental state that reflects the range of emotions you encounter on a daily basis. It defines how you view your life, that is, whether you're satisfied or unsatisfied with your quality of life. If you're dissatisfied, then obviously it means you're not happy. However, if you are, then good for you. Now the thing is, just because someone's happy doesn't mean they're going to be immune to negative emotions. Nothing can be further from the truth. Happy people still encounter trials and challenges, but they deal with these differently than unhappy people would. This is what sets them apart from the rest of the population. Happy people aren't deterred easily. They're less susceptible to negative emotions. They don't allow others to walk all over them. Their happiness is contagious, and people naturally gravitate towards them. You'd know a genuinely happy person when you meet them. They can literally light up a room just by being in it. No matter what your personal definition of happiness is, this simple truth remains. We can all use some more happiness in our lives. The world will be a much better place to live in if everyone on this planet radiates happiness. Unhappiness is not knowing what we want and killing ourselves to get it. Don Herold. When you're constantly feeling the blues and you can't remember the last time you felt happy and free, then you need to figure out why as soon as possible. Getting stuck in an unhappy state is obviously not ideal for any sane person, as unhappiness can quickly spiral into depression. Hopefully, it isn't too late. Here are a few questions you can ask yourself to figure out what's causing your unhappiness. Are you doing what you want to be doing? Ask yourself this very important question. If you answer no, then what are you doing about it? Are you taking any steps towards the job or career you want? Or do you feel like you're trapped in a day job you don't particularly like, but you stay in it because it pays the bills? For many people, this is a common dilemma. They know they're not happy with their current jobs, but they stay in it year in and year out. They may not like it, but they feel like they have no other choice. Over a period of time, their day jobs become their comfort zone. They become afraid of pursuing their passions. If you're one of them, then you need to figure out how you can free yourself to pursue your interests and your passions in life. In the beginning, you probably didn't have a lot of say in the matter. Your parents probably didn't support your dream to become a musician or a professional athlete or an artist. They've probably heard horror stories of people who pursued their passions and ended up hungry and homeless. Since you're too afraid to disobey your parents, you do their bidding and work at a job you dislike. If this story sounds familiar, or if you're still trapped in this position, then it's time to do something about it. Can you not find a way to pursue your passion? What steps are you taking to free yourself of this trap? Your answers will hopefully help you see the light, so you can finally start pursuing the career that will make you happy. Are your thoughts making you unhappy? You have a say about what goes on in your mind. That is, you have a choice about the kind of thoughts you allow to run through your head. You can choose to think positively, or you can choose the opposite. If you choose the latter, then obviously it's going to make you unhappy. Of course, you can easily tell yourself to stop thinking negative thoughts, but this is easier said than done. We can bump our heads all we want, and the negative thoughts will still continue in the background. This is literally why some people go crazy. They hear voices and they can't stop listening to it no matter what they do. Visualization plays a vital role in overcoming negative thoughts. But it's also important to be self-aware and to pay attention to your thoughts. Here's a trick you can try right now. Every time you catch yourself thinking negatively, tell yourself to stop. Take a deep breath and imagine your whole body's coated in oil and the negativity's sliding off of you. With the negativity banished from your mind, you can then let your positive thoughts take over. Are you aiming for perfection? There are lots of things you can be aiming for. Perfection isn't one of them. Why? Because when you set perfection as your ultimate goal, you're inevitably setting yourself up for failure. Not just any failure, but a catastrophic one at that, especially if you give it your all. Instead of perfection, aim for something more realistic, like excellence, for instance. It's still higher up on the achievement scale, but at least it's more attainable. Not a single one of us is perfect, so why aim for perfection? Perfection is, to put it bluntly, overrated. When you aim for perfection, you set a bar so high that when you make a single tiny mistake, it can cause everything you've worked so hard for to crumble. When you aim for excellence, however, you give yourself a fighting chance to succeed. You're not going to be scared to go out there and make a fool of yourself because you know your chances of making it are good. You use your mistakes and your failures as learning experiences. And the other benefit of aiming for excellence, you've always got some more room to grow. You can be the best performer at work, in school, or your sport, and still have the opportunity to do an even better job next time. Once you've figured out why you're unhappy, you'll be able to move forward and finally be on the path to creating happiness in your life. Time and health are two precious assets that we don't recognize and appreciate until they have been depleted. Dennis Waitley. When your unhappiness is eating away at your soul and you think everything you have is going to waste, think again. Look around you. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? When was the last time you looked at the sky, like really looked at it? Can you appreciate the sound of leaves rustling in the wind or the feel of grass on your bare feet? Now imagine having all these taken away from you. Imagine losing your vision, your hearing, your sense of touch, your sense of taste, and your sense of smell. Take a moment to reflect on what you're missing out on. Imagine spending the rest of your life without all of your senses. It's extremely hard, isn't it? You'd probably be driven to end your life right then and there, because life as you know it has ended. Your life will never be the same again. Fortunately, the above is just an exercise, but a powerful one at that. I hope it made you see just how trivial all your problems are compared to having everything, literally everything, taken away from you. Here are 10 things you should appreciate in life. 1. Life. Every day you wake up, you're given another lease in life. You have a new opportunity to start your life anew, to make amends, to make an impact in this world. Instead of trudging through your day as though you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, try to live each day as though it were your last. Every single day you live like this is going to be your best day ever. 2. Family. No matter how busy life gets, always find the time to connect with your family. Your parents gave life to you. Without them, you'll be nothing. If you have siblings, learn to appreciate them as well. If you have extended family, spend quality time with them as well. Everyone in your family helped shape you to become the person you are today. 3. friendship. Having friends you can count on is important. You have someone to share your thoughts and your feelings with. They can improve your life, and likewise, you can help enrich theirs as well. Have meaningful conversations with your friends. 4. Health. Good health often goes unacknowledged. Learn to take good care of your body. We're only reminded to be grateful for our health when illness befalls us. Even the tiniest pain can inconvenience us greatly, more so serious and critical illnesses. 5. Love. Whether it's romantic or platonic love, self or selfless love, the saying "love makes the world go round" holds plenty of wisdom. Love makes you come alive. It motivates you to get out of bed early, to walk with a spring in your step, to smile and laugh more often, and many other positive changes. 6. Laughter. There's a lot of things to laugh about in this life, no matter how bad you think it's become. Laughter has plenty of benefits, including making you healthier. When you laugh, you reduce your stress levels. When you share a laugh with another person, you immediately feel a bond with that person. 7. Tears. Tears may be seen negatively, but it's not all that bad. Sometimes tears are necessary. It helps put things in perspective. It helps you appreciate life and laughter even more. 8. Nature. While there's less of nature now than there was a few millennia ago, there's still plenty left to appreciate. Even if you live in an urban jungle, you can still take some time to admire Mother Nature. Appreciate the greenness that plants and trees bring. Look at the animals grazing on grass. Observe and be amazed at how nature takes back what's hers in abandoned places. 9. Time. We don't have an infinite supply of time. The truth is, the moment we're born, our bodies start counting down how much time we have left. We don't know exactly when it's going to end, which is why we can't let trivial problems in life bring us down. Let's enjoy the limited amount of time we have here on this planet. 10. Yourself. Yes, you. Learn to appreciate yourself. You're not perfect, nobody is, but you've come a long way since your mother gave birth to you. Think about all your successes and your failures, your hopes and your dreams. Then think about the people you've met along the way, how you've helped them in one way or another. Think about the legacy you're going to leave behind. Learn to appreciate everything you have in your life, both good and bad. In the end, they all come together to provide a unique life experience that's meant to challenge you and bring out the best in you. When you stop worrying about everything and start appreciating every little thing in life, your happiness will become apparent, not just to yourself, but to everyone around you too. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Neil Donald Walsh. Staying in your comfort zone is just as important as leaving it from time to time. Contrary to popular belief, your comfort zone isn't fixed to a single location. It's not bounded by physical walls. The truth is that our comfort zone exists in our mind. With that said, it should be easy to get out of it, right? Unfortunately, the answer is no. It's far more complicated than that. Comfort zones are called comfort for a reason. It's because everything that falls inside this zone makes us comfortable. We know everything like the back of our hands. It doesn't give us any headaches. It doesn't cause us any stress. It's where we usually head to the moment life becomes too much for us to bear. It's your usual environment where you control everything, and you know nothing's going to come out at you and scare you to death. Comfort zones are all good, but it becomes a negative thing when it holds you back from living life the way it's meant to be lived. Think of a turtle hiding in its shell. You're the turtle, and the shell is your comfort zone. You want to try out something new, but you're too afraid. Your friends are asking you to check out something new and fun, but you refuse. You spend your entire life in your shell. That's all you know. And because of that, you don't get to live life at all. You're simply living inside your shell. It's true that you can be happy inside your comfort zone. But like most things in life, you need to work on maintaining that level of happiness. And in order to do that, you'd need to step out of your comfort zone. Let's take, for example, a married couple. When you're newlywed, everything seems so exciting, so perfect. But a few months or a few years down the road, You realize that both of you have become far too comfortable with the life you've made, and you're no longer happy. You're no longer growing in your relationship. You do the same things over and over, day in and day out. There's no variety in your daily routine or your marriage. Unhappiness starts to build up. To combat this, you'd need to do something out of the ordinary. Both you and your spouse are taking each for granted, and you will need to work hard on making the marriage happy once again. Perhaps you can both take up dancing lessons, or you schedule something adventurous on your days off. Rediscover each other by leaving your comfort zones behind. Here are other ways you can break out of your comfort zone. Remind yourself of your dreams. Don't let your comfort zone drag you down. You know what you want deep down inside, but you're too afraid of all the risks and the unknowns along the way. A realistic method of going after your dreams and minimizing the risks is by planning. Have a solid plan on how you're going to get from point A, where you are now, to point B, your big dream. If you can break it down into milestones and mini goals, it will be even better. This way, you're not going to feel like David going after Goliath. Every time you achieve a milestone, it brings you one step closer to your goals. Just take it easy. Have a daily, weekly, or monthly goal, and you won't even realize how far you've left your comfort zone behind. Be brave and face your fears. Just because you're leaving your comfort zone behind doesn't mean you're going to be entering the lion's den. The outside world may be chaotic, but if you spend enough time in it, you'll learn it's not so bad. There's a semblance of order there. You just need to open your eyes and recognize the signs and the patterns. When planning your great escape, ask yourself what your greatest fears are, and then figure out how you can combat these fears. If you're afraid of public speaking, perhaps it's because you hate the thought of people laughing at you. To face your fear, try thinking of it this way. You have a very important message to share, and the only way people are going to learn about it is if you go out there and tell them. Otherwise, they're going to live their lives in blissful ignorance. Also, you can say to yourself that maybe half of your audience is in the same boat as you. They're just as afraid of public speaking as you are. So you see, your problems aren't all that bad. Whatever your fear is, break it down until you can see just how foolish and insignificant it all is in the grand scheme of things. Learn a new skill. Learning a new skill in this day and age is a must. Employers value it, colleagues appreciate it, and best of all, you're not limiting yourself to a single skill. New skills will open up a whole new world for you. Sure, it's most probably going to take some time, but if you keep on doing the same things over and over, you're eventually going to get left behind. If you want to succeed in life, you need to pick up as many relevant skills as possible. In short, you can never have too much skill. Strike up a conversation. When we were kids, our parents told us to never talk to strangers, but it doesn't have to carry on to our adult lives. We're better informed, and we're savvy enough to identify who we should be avoiding and who we should be socializing with. Perhaps you've got a new colleague at work. He or she seems to be the shy type. Instead of hiding in your cubicle, go say hi and introduce yourself. That person will appreciate your kindness, and you'll end up feeling happy about yourself. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Barack Obama. You want to be happy, right? Then do whatever it takes so you can experience true happiness. It's as simple as that. But of course, nothing ever plays out that easily in life. It's so much easier to say you'll change than to actually do it. There are two kinds of change, positive and negative. It may not always be evident at first, that is, you're not sure if the change you are embracing will lead to good results or bad results. Sometimes you need to take a leap of faith and just do it. When dealing with change, you can initiate it, or you can wait for it to happen. The good thing is, if you initiate it, you're in a much better position to control it rather than just reacting to it. It's also easier for you to adapt to the change because you're expecting it. As such, you're not going to feel like it came from out of nowhere and blindsided you. Though change is often painted negatively by naysayers, there are actually plenty of benefits to embracing change. Here are some of them. You can discover new opportunities. It's true that there are opportunities everywhere. When you've braced yourself to embrace change, it's easier for you to uncover hidden opportunities. Some people may even say the opportunity will reveal itself to you. This is because when you embrace change, you open your eyes as well. Where everybody else is running away from the change, you're walking towards it with eyes wide open. This makes it easier for you to spot new opportunities. You'll grow as a person. Failure to embrace change means you're going to get stuck doing the same things over and over again. There's literally no room for you to grow and improve as a person. You can change your bad habits and replace them with new ones. When you move from one place to another, you broaden your horizon. You adapt to your new surroundings and you learn new things. Often, the only way to progress is by welcoming change with open arms. You'll discover your strengths and weaknesses. Accepting and embracing change will allow you to discover your strengths and even your weaknesses. For instance, if you get assigned into a new role at your job, you may realize that you're better suited to the new role than your old one, and your productivity is going to be at an all-time high. Likewise, if you dive headfirst into a new business, you'll discover the areas you're good at and where you're better off delegating to someone more qualified and more skilled than you are. You'll learn new ways to solve problems. When you don't resist change, you'll eventually figure out new ways to solve problems. Getting exposed to new environments helps you think outside the box. In short, change can bring out your creativity. It enables you to seek new solutions more efficiently and effectively. But if you refuse to accept change in the first place, you'd be stuck troubleshooting the same old problems. Creating a life of happiness means embracing change. It means stepping out of your comfort zone. Ask yourself, what can you change in your life right now that will lead to your ultimate happiness? Do you need to change jobs? Do you need to take up a new hobby? Do you think moving to another city or even another country is necessary for you to achieve happiness? Only you know the answer to this question. The important thing to remember is that seeking and embracing change should be on top of your list if you really want to achieve true happiness.